I want to walk you through a setting that I've changed or actually been playing with in iRacing. And this is a way to use a PS4 controller. It would likely work with an Xbox as well to actually play iRacing. If you've tried to use a controller in the past, it's near impossible. It's just too twitchy if you use the sticks because although they're analog, the input is far too twitchy for anything you do. And I've tried using the gyro before here, but the same thing, it's just non-responsive. It doesn't act as you would expect whatsoever. However, in a program called REWASD, one of my favorite programs in general for gaming things that I do, I decided out of pure curiosity to change one of these settings down here on the gyro to tilt like a stick, and that was the trick. So from that, you would then go into those settings, and under the advanced settings, see if I remember how to get there, here we go, under these advanced settings, you then change the performance curve here. And in road racing, you're gonna want something a little along the lines of this. However, let's say you're doing NASCAR racing, you're going to want this to be much more tame in this area here. So you would pull this down. You can play with this and figure out what's best for you. But watch on my steering and the steering on the car, because that's the most important thing, right, is the position. And if you see this, it's pretty much exactly, well, I can change that to make it exactly 1-for-1 if I want. But that being said, that's not how I want to steer in the game. So as I get to this, how you want to say setting, and you see it twitches right along with me. So it's very responsive in that regards, and it literally is pretty much just like steering the car. So I've only got about an hour into this morning playing with this, but when I discovered it, I was extremely happy. And so I'll go ahead and just do a lap here. And I could not do this with a controller if I was doing the stick, and I'll show you the difference with the stick here in just a moment of how that steering wheel will respond. In fact, that's easy to do. So let me brake real quick. Let me go back to my program. Let me just change this stick to act like a stick. And now, if you try to be with your thumb, you can see how quick that suddenly jumps, right? And you can play with those response curves all day long, and they say you can press up, which actually does help to steer. But even then, if you really want to be pressing this all day long and trying to keep that little twitch from happening at the end, good luck with that. So you don't get that with the tilt. And maybe at the very end, but that's, I think, just a mechanic of the game, right? And I can soften that if I really want to. So very nice. It truly lets you play and race and get around the track as you would expect an actual steering wheel. I don't know this track whatsoever. I haven't been playing iRacing for years. Getting back into it, and I've got my steering wheel on order, but in the meantime, I really wanted to play in some VR, and this is definitely a great way to get into the sim without buying a steering wheel, spending $200, $300, $400, finding out you don't like it, and then be out that money. There you go.